Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am very happy today because this is my first time filming in like 3 weeks, so I really missed y'all. I hope that you missed me too. Today we're going to be looking at the April Boxycharm box, and I think Boxycharm has been on a roll lately with giving us really good products in the box, and I really like this one too. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to show y'all how I did this look using the products in the box and just tell y'all what I think about it. Let's jump right into it. Okay, the theme for this month's box is peace, love, and boxy. I think this is really cute. I believe this is supposed to be for like a festival season coming up, and also a little bit of springtime in there. So I think this is really cute. So let's start off with these brushes because I'm going to be using them in a couple of minutes. So this is the Luxie Summer Days 3-piece brush set. So this is what they look like. We get a lot of Luxie brushes in Boxycharm, and I really like them. I don't think I've ever gotten a Luxie brush that I do not like. So I think Luxie is a really good brand for brushes. This is a small contouring brush, the 512 brush. This is a large shader brush. And then this one is a small shader brush. So I'm going to be using these two in just a couple minutes. I don't know off the top of my head how I want to use this one. It's supposed to be for contouring, and it does specify on the card that it's a good brush to contour your cheekbones. I don't contour, I usually bronze, and I like a brush that's a little bit bigger so it's not like a straight line of product right there. So just looking at the way that this brush is designed, I can't think in my mind like how I want to use it. So I don't know if I'm going to use this one today, but I am going to be using the other two. So just so you'll know, the entire 3-piece set, it does retail for $28, but I think this is exclusive to Boxycharm. Okay, next up, this is one of the products that I'm most excited about this month. This is the Pure Festival Pressed Pigment Palette. I really love this packaging. I think it's nice and summery, and I just think it's really cute. This is what the palette looks like. I have seen spoilers of this online, and when I first saw it, I wasn't really wowed by it, but I feel like the more and more I kept seeing it, the more it was grabbing my attention. I do think it's pretty, but I don't think it's like colorful enough to refer to it as a festival palette. That's just my opinion. Let me show you an example of what I think of when I think of a festival palette. This one is from BH Cosmetics. This is their Weekend Festival palette. And that's what this one looks like. So if you compare these two, to me, the BH Cosmetics palette is just a lot more colorful, and that's what I think about when I think of festival makeup. So this one from Pure, it's cute, but I mean, to me, it's more like maybe like a neutral palette with a little bit of pops of color in there, but you know, it's cute. So let's do a couple of swatches. I usually don't ever do colors like this on my eyes, but I think I'm going to do this one today. So let's swatch this one first. This is called 24K Magic. That's what it looks like on my finger. This right here is quite impressive. It's like super pigmented, and it looks like a really smooth like glitter. Oh wow. Wow, I really like that. That's that one swatch. This one is it's really comfortable. Like I thought it was going to be kind of like chunky, but it looks really nice and smooth, and it feels smooth on my hand. Let me try a shimmer. So let's swatch this shade here. This one is called Gypsy, the purple shade. So I feel like the finger swatch on this one is okay. It's not wowing me like the that glitter one that I just swatched. So that's what this one looks like. I feel like the pigment in the swatch is not the best, but it's all right. And then I'm going to also swatch a matte. I'm going to go in with Wild Child. I'm thinking about the colors that I think I'm going to use on my eye today. So that's Wild Child. This is a pink matte shade. And then this is that one swatched. So just like with the purple one, I feel like the matte and the shimmer shade, they didn't swatch as pigmented as the glitter shade in the middle. But I feel like I'm going to do a look with primarily these 3 colors today. Alright, so going into this Pure palette, I'm going to start off with the shade 24K Magic. And I'm going to put this on the majority of my lid area, and I'm going to be using the Luxie brush. This is the 209 large shader brush. So I'm going to start off with picking this up dry, and based on the consistency of it, I don't know if it's going to be better for me to apply this with the brush or with my finger. I'm thinking my finger, but let's just try the brush just to see. So I'm just patting that on my lid area, and it's actually applying okay with the brush, but I do feel like I'm gonna have to go in with my finger too. This is really pigmented, and it's like not the type of color that I would normally go for. So for me, like my eyes are already looking like really extra. Just to keep things consistent, I'm gonna apply it with a brush on the other eye as well. And then I think I'm gonna go back in with a finger swipe. All right, I'm picking up a little bit more on my finger. And I'm just trying to like dab it on where parts where the brush may have missed it a little bit. This color is like really, really pigmented. So maybe that's why most of the shades in here are a bit more on the muted side. I mean, maybe you just don't need a whole lot more with this color being so like bright and pigmented. I have glitter everywhere, but it's okay. I'm going to go in with the shade Gypsy. I'm going to stick with the same brush, and I'm going to apply Gypsy to the outer parts of my lid. I'm just turning the brush over to the clean side. And I'm just going to pat this on the outer part of my lid, and I'm bringing it up just a little bit so that I can drag it into my crease also. So I feel like this applies a lot smoother and a lot more uniform with a brush than it did when I swatched it with my finger, which is really good. And I'm just going to very lightly drag this over into my crease area. Okay, I feel like I want to take a little bit of the shade Fireworks. So this is the other glittery shade. I think I want to put a little bit of that in the inner corner. And I'm going to go in with the small shader brush to do that one with. So this one is like a little tricky to pick up with the brush. And I'm just patting that right on the inner corner. So this one is pretty much the same in terms of like the feel of it as the first gold shade that I have on my lid. If you're able to get into your inner corner with your finger though, I feel like that would be better for this shade. I just don't want to chance that because I feel like I'm going to get it all over the place. Alright, and then I think I'm going to have to tap into another brush outside of the Luxie set. So I'm going to take this Morphe brush. This is the M506. This is my small blender brush, and I'm going to pick up the pink matte shade Wild Child, and I'm going to diffuse out the whole look on the top with this. Normally I would do this with more of like a transition type shade, but I'm just trying to use a good amount of the colors in this palette. Okay, so first impression with this shade, just like with the purple one, it seems to be applying okay with a brush. Like I was a little concerned about it with when I swatched it, but it seems to be doing okay with the brush. I'm dragging this pink shade out so that I can also drag it down and like surround the purple with it. Alright, I think we're doing okay so far. This is just like way out of my element because I never do like very colorful looks like this, but I think it looks okay. I mean, this is kind of what I think about when I think about festival makeup. I will say that the glitter shades that I have on my lid, I can like feel them on my lid, and maybe that's to be expected for a glitter pigment because it's just a bit more, I guess, like thicker in consistency. Even though it's swatched smoothly and I feel like it went on my eyes smoothly, I do feel like I can feel it, you know, on my eyes. So it feels, I'm not going to say it feels heavy, just compared to like a regular eyeshadow palette. They feel like I can just feel them more on my skin, if that makes sense. All right, we're going to move on to, I am going to come back to this palette in a little bit, but we're going to move on to the next product in the box. And this is the Bodyography eye pencil, and this one is in the shade Valley Bronze. So that's what this one looks like. And I'm going to swatch this as well. This one is going to be really hard to see on, I'm going to have to swatch this on my palm. So that's what this one looks like. This is a really pretty color. Now, I would never use an eye pencil as an eyeliner on my upper lash line. I only use liquid right there. A pencil like this, I would only use it to put into my lower waterline. However, I would only do a nude or maybe a black color right there, never an actual color like this, but we're going to try it today. I'm going to take the other Luxie brush that I couldn't figure out a way to use it, and I'm going to use this just to pull down on my eye just a little bit and apply this. This is going to be really hard for me to do on camera, so I apologize if you can't see me doing it, applying it, but I'm just going to apply it on the outer part of my waterline. And I can see it, but I feel like it's so close to my skin tone that it's not really going to make a difference in the look. But this is really the only way that I would use an eye pencil like this. Okay, I hope that you guys can actually see that on my eye. I can barely see it, so you may not be able to see it. One thing I will say about this though, this is the only eye pencil that I've ever gotten from Boxycharm that I can actually use. So all the other ones, I feel like I've only gotten maybe 3 or 4, but they just swatched so horribly that I didn't even try to put it on my eye. This one did apply smoothly and it feels comfortable. However, it does retail for $14, and just for me, I just feel like $14 is too pricey for an eye pencil. I have a few from like Essence and from LA Girl that cost like less than $5, so I would not spend $14 on an eye pencil, but this did apply very smoothly. I can't really speak to how well it lasts in the waterline, but the application part of it was good. Okay, so I put on some bronzer and some blush off camera, so let's go back to the eyes. I am going to go back into this shade. Actually, I'm going to use the shade Hidden Desert. I was going to use that purple shade again, but instead I'm going to use the shade Hidden Desert, and I am going to put that on the outer part of my lower lash line. I'm not using a Luxie brush for this. I'm using just a flat liner brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to pat that right under my lash line. This shade, to me, it looks a lot more like orange, I guess, on my eye than it does in the pan, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't look like completely off, but it does look a lot more orange than I expected. I think I am going to also use the purple shade, so I'm just going to apply that like right on the very, very outer part of the lower lash line, right underneath Hidden Desert. Is that what it's called? Hidden Desert. So I'm patting it on, but I'm also like dragging it down just a little bit. but I'm not putting it, I'm not bringing it in as far as I have that shade Hidden Desert. I'm going to go back into the pink matte shade called Wild Child, and I'm just going to complete the look, I guess. I'm just going to add a little bit more of this pink shade on the outer parts of the eye. I'm just really like connecting the top and the bottom colors together. And then I'm just going to pick up my foundation sponge, and I'm just patting it just to like sort of clean up the outer parts of the eye look. I personally, be honest with me in the comment section, I personally don't like this eye look, but I think it's just because it's a lot more glittery and a lot more colorful than I'm used to. I don't like this gold shade on my lids, but I never do like gold. I always gravitate towards silver instead of gold when it comes to makeup in general. But anyway, even though I don't like this eye look, I actually do really like this palette. All of the colors that I use, I was really impressed with them. I do like the way that the glitter ones swatched. I wasn't crazy about this pink and purple, how they swatched, but I thought that they applied on the lid very well. These shades up here that I haven't used, I will probably use them the next time I do my makeup, just so that I can use everything in the palette. But first impression wise, I do really like this. I don't think I mentioned earlier, but this one retails for $36. Now, even though I like this, I personally would not pay $36 for this because, like I said, it's a pretty palette, but it's not like super eye-catching in my opinion. But if you like Pure Cosmetics, if you've used other eyeshadow palettes and you really like them, I do think you would like this one too. I can't get over the packaging though. That is really cute. I really, really like this packaging. It's nice and summery. I think it screams festival. Very cute. All right, the next product is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder, and this one is in the color Purple Dream. I know this was a variation product, but I think people got like different shades of a purple highlighter. I'm not sure. I never do loose highlighters because I feel like they're just too messy. So this is my first time using a loose highlighter. So this is what the packaging looks like. So you can sift it out. And looking at it in the packaging, I actually think it looks really pretty, the shade. Okay, it kind of flew all over the place when I was trying to pull off the sticker. But let me see if I can show you what it looks like in the packaging there. And then I'm also going to just going to pick up some of the stuff that flew all over the place and do a swatch. So that's what it looks like in the swatch. It's really pretty. This really isn't a color that I would go for because I see like a lot of gold reflex. And like I said, I usually just gravitate toward more silver than gold when it comes to highlighter. But I'm going to try this as my cheek highlight. I'm trying to sift some out without getting like a whole lot to come out. So I like applying my cheek highlighter with a duo fiber brush. And I actually think that looks really pretty. It's a little bit of the glitter from the eyeshadow like trickling down on my cheek. But you guys should be able to see like that strong purple shift. It's pretty, just not something that I would use, but again, this whole box is supposed to be like festival themed, so I do think that it fits the theme. And it's pretty. It is really pretty. I feel like I would prefer to use this on my eyes though, as opposed to as my cheek highlight. I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm also going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And again, just in case you are watching one of my videos for the first time, I like using a big brush like this to highlight the brow bone. Even though I already have a lot of glitter going on, I like it when my brow bone highlight kind of trickles down as opposed to it being concentrated right there. So yeah, I think it looks pretty. Unfortunately, I have a lot of glitter fallout from the eyeshadow that I don't think I can get rid of without ruining the eye look. So this retails for $27, and it's a very pretty color if you're into loose highlighters. This is just something that I don't think I'm going to use very often because, like I said, I think they're messy, and because this one does have a lot of gold in it as opposed to like silver or maybe like pinky or peachy, I don't think I'm going to be using it that much, but I do think it is very pretty, very festival themed. Okay, so the last product in the box is the Butter London Power Up Mascara. This says experience length, definition, and curl retention with Butter London's Power Up Mascara featuring an all-day wear. With the first swipe, a unique oil-free blend of nourishing waxes instantly produces a noticeably longer and more defined lash, and a second swipe adds thickness and volume without clumping. So, I do not wear false lashes, so I take mascara quite seriously. So we're going to put this to the test. I was wearing the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara for a very long time. I just love this mascara. And then kind of recently I tried the Grand Cosmetics mascara that we got from Boxycharm, I think in December, and I have not gone back to Lancome since I started wearing this one. So let's see if I get the same effect with this Butter London mascara. I don't think this comes in different colors. I think it's just this one color. Okay, now right off the bat, this is what the wand looks like. I don't care for wands like this. To me, these are the types of wands that separate and lengthen your lashes, but they don't necessarily add volume, but we'll see. So according to the card, the first swipe is supposed to give you noticeably longer and defined lashes. So let's put that to the test. I mean, after just one swipe, I do see some curl happening. There's a little bit of length, but nothing that's like wowing me right now. I don't like the way that this wand feels. It just feels like really spiky. So I'm also supposed to be getting some volume from this. I think it does a really good job at separating the lashes and curling them. And my lashes, to me, they don't look longer. They just look more curled. I actually don't think I have a mascara that makes my lashes look this curled. So that is very impressive. To me, my lashes just look like they're going up instead of just out, which a lot of mascaras do that. So yeah, that part is very impressive. Like I said, I don't think I have more length. I don't really think it's a whole lot of volume. Like it's definitely more voluminous than the one without any mascara on. But compared to my Grand Cosmetics mascara and my Lancome one, I think both of those add more volume than this one. But I am really impressed with the way that this one curls. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the mascara on the other eye. And then I'm going to come back and show y'all how what lipstick I'm going to wear to finish off this look. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm very impressed with how this curls and defines the lashes. I don't think it adds like a crazy amount of length, but I love how my lashes actually look like they're curling up. I'm really, really impressed with that. So as I was putting my mascara on, I noticed that I forgot to do an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go back into the Artist Couture loose highlighter, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on my inner corner. So this is the completed eye look, It actually doesn't look too bad. I feel like whenever I put mascara on, it just brings the whole look together. I know people who wear false lashes, they feel that way about their lashes. But now with that I have like a little bit of blackness going on my lashes, I feel like my eyes don't look as crazy. So Boxycharm did not give us a lip product this month, and that totally threw me off because I'm so used to getting a lipstick from them or some sort of lip product. So it took me a minute to figure out like what lip product I was going to use to finish everything off. Because I have a whole lot going on my eyes, I'm going to go in with more of like a nude type of gloss. So this is the NYX Strictly Vinyl Lip Gloss, and this one is in the shade Bombshell. It's like a almost like a reddish brown gloss, and I feel like I want a little bit of shine on the lips, but I don't want like a popping color on my lips because I have so much going on my eyes. Okay, so I went ahead and took my hair down. So this is my finished look using the products in the Boxycharm box for April. Overall, I'm very satisfied. I do think all of the products in the box kind of fit the theme that they were going for this month. I'm really intrigued to use this palette again and use some of the other colors that are just a bit more toned down, especially the shades in the top row here. Like I said, I'm very impressed with the way that the pigment swatch and how they applied on the eye. I'm just not a big fan of the very shiny gold going on my eyes, but you know, in general, I do really like the way that the eye look came out, especially because of the mascara. Speaking of the mascara, the more I look at my eyes, the more impressed I am with this mascara. I do think that it could kind of rival my Grand Cosmetics or the Lancome one, because I just love how it kind of lifts my whole eye, because it really is doing a good job at curling my lashes. I don't think that I said how much this costs. This one retails for $20. That's cheaper than the other two mascaras that I just mentioned, so I'm even more impressed with that. So this is one of my favorite products in the box, and this one, not sure how much I'm going to reach for it, but it is a really pretty purple color, and I can tell that you can build it up. I just chose not to because it's like very purple and very gold at the same time. And I'm always impressed when we get Luxie brushes in the box. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this one, but I do really like the way, I didn't even notice that the end of the brushes had like a sunset color theme going on, but in general, I always love Luxie brushes. And this product here, like I said, the eyeliner, it applied very well, but I just know I'm not really going to use it too much because I just don't use these types of colors in my waterline. But overall, I am really impressed with this month's box. So if you got the box, let me know what variation you got. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you back for my next video. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.